I know it feels overwhelming, like the sense of being alive isn't alive in you anymore because every day is a battle. Every day is a struggle just to get up in the morning, just to bathe, just to make yourself a meal. The tasks, the routines, and the people just don't feel like it's worth it. Zoom out, get a big picture perspective. Know that your puzzle piece is part of a bigger picture, and it's that you do your part. You do your part of humanity's picture. The masterpiece comes together. It's something that is building you up to be able to sustain your bright future, to be able to sustain your destiny, to be able to sustain where you're going and where you want to be. Your life is going to get better. Your future is going to get brighter as you come back online. Those heavy emotional weights that you feel will start lifting as you come back online. Color will start flooding into your life as you come back online. As you do your steps in life, your puzzle pieces will start arranging themselves into the right positions. People will start connecting into your life that will help you get in tune and get in flow as you come back online. This may be all you see. This may be all you know. This may not feel like it's worth it. And by this, I mean your current life. I know it feels overwhelming, like the sense of being alive isn't alive in you anymore because every day is a battle. Every day is a struggle just to get up in the morning, just to bathe, just to make yourself a meal. The tasks, the routines, and the people just don't feel like it's worth it. The feeling of being alone is so present that the idea of slipping away is enticing because you just feel sad, overwhelmed, and heavy all the time. But the thing is, this is the only thing that we're seeing, but there's a much bigger picture at play. Your piece, your life, your puzzle piece is part of a much bigger picture in humanity's masterpiece. And so we need you. We need you to come back online. We need you to rise. Zoom out, get a big picture perspective. Know that your puzzle piece is part of a bigger picture, and is that you do your part. You do your part of humanity's picture. The masterpiece comes together. There's a beautiful tapestry at play, and we need you to bring it together in completion. This is even shown by research. In fact, a Harvard study that started in 1938 has been tracking people's mental and physical health. That's over 85 years of data. And do you know what they found is the biggest predictor of health and happiness? It wasn't fame. It wasn't money. It wasn't prestige. It wasn't even healthy body habits. But it was relationships. Our ability to connect to each other and affect each other in positive ways, because we're made for each other. So as you come online, as you rise, as you step forward into your days, it helps me come online. It helps me to rise. It inspires and helps me to step forward into my days, because we're both part of humanity's big picture. We're part of a greater picture that is to come together as we help each other and we rise and we come come online together. Even studies show that when we do life together in positive community, we have physical health benefits, not just mental health benefits. For example, there are studies that show when we feel socially supported in good community, we report lower levels of stress, depression, and anxiety. We're 3.2 times more likely to report the best levels of health versus poor levels of health. When we feel socially supported and connected, we are likely to report better sleep quality, and it's been linked to reducing the risk of type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and stroke. Because we're made for each other, to support and inspire each other, uplift each other, and we're supposed to support each other through to the end of seeing the big picture in humanity. It affects us both mentally and physically. Yet we as humans don't only have the ability to connect to people, but we also have the ability to connect to scenarios. Some scenarios can come into our life and make us feel so down. They can be so intense, so overwhelming, so engulfing that they make that sense of passion, love, and momentum in life drain away. They can feel like such heavy emotional weight and baggage that it's hard to want to keep moving forward. And they can whisper the lie to us that we're alone. But I'm here to tell you that God has not left you alone. Even if it feels like it, He is still with you. And He has put chances, situations, opportunities, and scenarios in your life to help you move forward, to help you with your success. They're planted there strategically as chances for you to take in order for your elevation. Sometimes it's just about opening our eyes in order to see them, opening our eyes to the chances that are there for our moving forward, for us to take that next step, for us to rise to that next level. We don't need to rush to the finish line. We don't need to rush to become some sort of ideal version that we may have written in our New Year's resolution. But we can just take the chances placed in front of us today as a first step in the journey to becoming. What chances do you have in your life? Maybe your chance is taking down the posters in your room that have dark images on them. Those posters that when you look on them, they feel down, they make you feel heavy, or almost like there's a presence that surrounds you as you view them. You can take them down as a step and a sign to no longer engaging with dark content, as a step towards your brighter future, as a step towards coming back online. Or maybe the chance in front of you is calling somebody, talking to someone, maybe a doctor, a helpline, or someone that you trust about what you're going through, in order so that they can lift you up, encourage you, or maybe help you in the ways that you need, as a step towards coming back online, as a step towards going towards a brighter future. Or maybe your chance is no longer listening to dark and depressing music. Sometimes when we listen to heavy and depressing music, we absorb the feelings that the musician is putting out, and then it starts affecting our life and our mood. Maybe your chance is switching the playlist, playing uplifting music, music that actually inspires you to get out of bed in the morning, as a step towards coming back online, as a step towards your brighter future. Or maybe it's something else, but I am certain of the fact that God has put something in front of you, a chance that you can take as a step forward. And I know that it can seem like sometimes, how do I know it's gonna work? I've tried so many times and it hasn't worked in the past. I've tried this and that and I've failed. I've tried and tried and tried and nothing seems to move me forward. But there's a difference between when the client versus the coach makes the training program. So when God gives you those chances, He's confident that it will work, that as you keep stepping forward, it will bring you into a brighter future. It may just look like making a phone call. It may just look like taking a shower, making yourself a meal, or writing out affirmations. But He's confident that His plans for you and His actions, His nudgings, His leadings will bring you to a bright future, because He's the coach. And when the coach makes the training program, it's a lot different to when the client makes it. For example, I've been going to the gym for quite some time, but when I first started going, I was just going by myself. I did my own workouts. I would just kind of choose what I was going to do on the day, and I did see some progress. But then I got a personal trainer for 3 months, and she transformed my workout journey. I made so much more progress than I had previously. I hit goals that I didn't even know that I had. I felt motivated, and she encouraged me more than I could have encouraged myself, because that's the difference between when the coach versus the client makes the training program. So yes, these nudges that God gives you may feel like actions that you've already done before, but remember, He sees the bigger picture. He sees the whole picture that humanity has and how your puzzle piece, your life, perfectly fits into that, and what you need to do, what will help you adjust the best into fitting into the right position for your success, for our success as humanity. And so when He gives you that nudge to do something, that nudge to take a walk, write something down, or call somebody, or something that may seem insignificant to you, He smiles. He smiles because He knows how it's all gonna come together. He knows how it's gonna weave beauty into your life in the end. And what we don't see at first, what we don't see at the beginning as we start to come back online, is that these little steps, these little nudges, these little actions are actually creating rhythm. They're creating tempo. They're creating the tempo of your brighter future. They're creating the tempo of a new life. They're creating the rhythm of a brighter future, your destiny. They're helping you get in pace and in flow with the blessings, the plans, and the purposes that He has for you. So that when you get there, when you get to that end, when you get to that bright future, you can handle it, because you've built up the momentum, you've built up the tempo, you've built up the flow to be able to sustain it. So it's not just a random task, it's a rhythm building task. It's not just a random action, it's a rhythm building action. It's not just a random direction, person to call, thing to write down, action to do. It's something that is building you up to be able to sustain your bright future, to be able to sustain your destiny, to be able to sustain where you're going and where you want to be. Even if you can only handle one step at a time, remember that the greatest songs of all time all started with someone just writing down a single note. So your masterpiece only needs one step to begin. I know it can feel uncomfortable, like trying again. Trying to move forward is like trying to climb Mount Everest with heavy weights on your shoulders. Like the pain has happened for so long. You've been unable to move forward for so long, get better for so long, that trying again feels like it will just fail another time. But you're not broken beyond repair. You're not off key so much that you can't be retuned. Growing up, I was part of a lot of choirs, all the way since I was a child into my early 20s. I was part of choirs. And in choirs, sometimes people sing off key. They're out of tune, and then it makes the whole song not sound right. It makes the whole song seem off and like things aren't flowing right. But in my experience in being in choirs, when someone was singing off key during practice, the choir director wouldn't just cancel the song. They wouldn't cancel the show or say that we're gonna scrap everything because something isn't quite right. No. Instead, what they would do is they would split each section of the choir up. Alto, soprano, tenor, bass, and each section of the choir would sing in isolation. And as they would sing in isolation, maybe even line by line, or if they're trying to find a particular person singing out of key, each person would sing one by one until they found that person. And once they found it, they wouldn't tell them, leave the choir. They wouldn't tell them you're so out of key that you no longer belong here and you need to quit or you're getting kicked out. Instead, they would retune them. Instead, they would sing with them note by note, teaching them how to sing in key, retuning them back into the place of singing correctly. And then the whole choir would come back together and sing in unison. And as they did, that one person or that group of people who were once singing off key but were now singing in tune made the whole song sound more beautiful. They made the whole song sound more powerful. The choir was better with them in tune than without them. And that's the same with you. Even if you feel like your life is out of key, even if you feel out of tune with hope, momentum, joy, peace, or self-control, you can be retuned as God gives you these nudges, these steps, these things to move forward into. As you do them, He's retuning you. And then as you come back together in humanity's masterpiece, our sound sounds so much better with you in it. Our sounds sound so much more powerful with you in it. Our sound is better with you than without you. We don't want you kicked out. We don't want you offline. We want you retuned because we're better with you. You belong. You were made to fit in and made to make our sound and our symphony more glorious. Or maybe as I'm speaking, you don't know what better looks like. Maybe when I say words like bright future, hope, and momentum, your mind just goes blank. It means nothing to you, and so it's not inspiring. What does your bright future look like? What does more happiness, love, and joy, or humanity's big picture even mean? That's okay. You don't need to know what it looks like in order to reach out for it. We all learn what the bright big picture looks like on the way. You don't need to know the full picture to begin. It gets clearer as you take steps forward. As you go forward into the bright future, you start to understand it more. As you go forward into the hope-filled future, you start to understand it more. It starts to unravel. It starts to make sense, and then it fills you with hope. It starts to make sense, and then it fills you with momentum. It's like riding a bike. When you first learn how to ride a bike, you don't learn because somebody talked to you about it. Yes, somebody can talk to you about how to pedal, how to balance, what it will feel like with the wind going through your hair, or as the wind pushes you down the road, down the street, or wherever you may be riding. They can tell you about how you'll probably wobble, fall, and it won't be easy at first, but then you'll get the hang of it. But you never learn about how to ride a bike from someone just talking about it. You only really learn about it by doing it. You only really learn how to ride a bike by getting on a bike and then falling, wobbling, grazing your knee, maybe even hitting your head, failing over and over again, until you don't fail anymore, until you get on the bike and you know how to ride it, until you understand practically what balance feels like. It's not because someone gave you a 10-point presentation about how to ride a bike, but it's because you threw yourself practically into the task and then you learned how to ride. That's the same with your bright-filled, hope-filled future. It's not just about talking about it. It's about throwing yourself into the tasks that God gives you today, step by step. And then as you do them, maybe falling, maybe not feeling so great on some days or for quite a few days, but eventually you'll find balance. Eventually you'll find rhythm. Eventually you'll be able to ride through life and feel joy bubbling up. Eventually you'll be able to ride through life and feel peace. Eventually you'll be able to ride through life and have self-control. You'll be able to see your bright-filled future, not because someone talked about it, but because you took the steps into it day by day as God gave you those nudges and you followed through with them. So know that your life is going to get better. Your future is going to get brighter as you come back online. Those heavy emotional weights that you feel will start lifting as you come back online. Color will start flooding into your life as you come back online. As you do your steps in life, your puzzle pieces will start arranging themselves into the right positions. People will start connecting into your life that will help you get in tune and get in flow as you come back online. You just gotta put one foot in front of the other as you come back online. You just need to take one step at a time as you come back online, even if you can't see how it's gonna work out, even if it doesn't all make sense right now. But I'm telling you, your days will be full with more energy as you come back online. You will be filled with more passion as you find your purpose and confidence as you come back online. You will have more peace, which will help you sleep at night and rebuild your immune system as you come back online. Your relationships will be filled with more happiness as you come back online. And you know, sometimes we wonder whether we can actually make it to the finish line, whether we have the strength, the tenacity, the perseverance, and the ability to get to the end, because we don't know whether it will fail midway. But you know one thing that the Bible says about Jesus after he finished what he did on the cross, which allowed us to overcome everything that's held us back as humanity? It says that he sat down next to God. He sat down. Do you know what that signals? It signals handled. It signals complete. It signals 100% guaranteed. And that's what his solutions are for you. His solutions will work because he sat. He's not worried. He's not pacing from side to side, worried about whether his plan for you will come to an end and help you elevate because some just slip through the cracks. No. He is confident that his solution, his tailored plan for you will align your life in the direction that it's supposed to go for your elevation and for your success. He's so confident that he sat down and he's not stressed. So you can come back online with confidence, knowing that your masterpiece will be brought to completion. So you tell yourself, or you tell those around you who look at you with no hope, that yes, I know it seems like I have no passion for life right now, but I'm coming back online because he sat. So I'm gonna do my puzzle piece in humanity's masterpiece. You tell yourself, or those around you who look at you with no hope, that yes, I know I struggle with my daily routines, but I'm coming back online because he sat. So I'm gonna do my puzzle piece in humanity's masterpiece. You tell yourself, or those around you who look at you with no hope, that I know my sleeping routine is all over the place. I don't sleep at all, or I sleep way too much, but I'm coming back online because he sat. So I'm gonna do my puzzle piece in humanity's masterpiece. You tell yourself, or those around you, that I know that I don't eat enough, or I know that I eat more than I should, but I'm coming back online because he sat. So I'm gonna do my puzzle piece in humanity's masterpiece. You tell yourself, or those around you that look at you with no hope, that I know I felt alone and like there's no one to hold me, but I'm coming back online because he sat. So I'm gonna do my puzzle piece in humanity's masterpiece. You tell yourself, or those around you, that I know the situation was overwhelming and it was awful, but I'm coming back online because he sat. So I'm gonna do my puzzle piece in humanity's masterpiece. And as you come back online and persevere in your puzzle piece, know that I'm persevering in mine as we come together to create humanity's masterpiece. Just imagine what it's gonna be like to see the big picture as our lives come together to create a beautiful masterpiece, like a symphony that comes together in unison. It's well worth it to see it to the end. So come back online, persevere, take those steps forward. We'll notice if your piece is missing because it's not a masterpiece, if yours isn't there. So together, let's come back online.